Welcome to Ask Polly Tuesday, a show for brand marketers who want to learn how AI can grow their revenue and brand recognition. Our AI is named Polly, and she is the first AI in the world able to do probabilistic sampling on social media. That means you can now get statistically valid market research on your desktop in less than 5 minutes. It's as easy as a Google search. Each Tuesday, we'll look at a new marketing problem and how to solve it with data. The goal is to help you learn about AI and how it can help you grow your market. Hi, welcome to Ask Polly Tuesday. Today in studio with me, I have one of our market researchers, our AI market researchers, Austin. Welcome, Austin. Austin Reed.
Hey, thanks for having me, Aaron.
Great. So Austin is one of the programmers inside ASI, and he was looking around at Ask Polly, looking for interesting trends, and he found something pretty interesting on a topic that he's pretty passionate about, home improvement. So Austin, some different trends now in how people are renovating their homes. They're going from maybe more of an active lifestyle to a more relaxing lifestyle. Can you tell us a little bit about what you found?
Yeah, so we went in really with the desire of seeing what are the home improvements that people are actually talking about. And I went in with the pre-assumption that it was all going to be related to fitness. But what we found is that, like you said, it's about relaxation. And coming out of the pandemic, people really want to be relaxed. And throughout the kind of information I found, I was really able to dive deep into, who's talking about this and why it matters to various brands.
Awesome. So take us out of our suspense. What are like the three main relaxing new rooms or spaces that people are looking to put into their homes?
Well, first of all, man caves are back. And the one interesting insight about that is I'm not too sure if we should be actually calling it man caves because the engagement on it was actually pretty split between men and women. As well as there's a key feature that I'll get to later that I certainly did not see coming. That's becoming a must-have when it comes to man caves.
I'm just going to show one of your slides here, Austin.
Of course.
Because you mentioned that it's men and women. So we see here in the data, a little bit more represented by men, and the line in the graph shows that that's what you would expect given the population. So men are overrepresented, women a little bit underrepresented, but certainly not just a man cave.
Exactly. And when you come in with the statement of a man cave, it doesn't necessarily open its way into being necessarily inviting for women. So the fact that women are still engaging on this at such a high level really indicates that if changes in marketing are done to make it more gender neutral, it might be a lot more inviting for women.
Yeah.
The second topic that I went on is related to fireplaces, but not just anything about fireplaces. It's that fireplaces are bringing back that connection with nature. It's bringing back comfort, and people want to leave them burning all throughout the day.
Yeah, like one of the things I found really interesting about your fireplace research is that it's not in northern communities, right? Like we're from Canada, and we expect people in northern communities to get fireplaces, but you're finding actually it's different demand this time.
Yeah, and that was a really interesting insight. It actually, the South Atlantic is nearly 3 times more engaged than their, population would indicate. And while that may seem surprising at first, given that the age communicating on this is heavily, skewed to those being retired of the age where typically we see, retirement, it looks as though it can be argued that maybe the engagement is so heavy in the South because people are retiring, they're moving down south, and bringing with them, they still want to have that relaxing comfort of a fireplace brought with them down south.
Yeah, and let's just look at that age group that you talked about. So the age, still an older population, looking to relax in front of the fireplace. But if you're a home improvement guy, a fireplace salesman in the South, or a realtor, and you're, looking to advertise a house that has a fireplace, sounds like it would be more appealing to that older generation.
Exactly, especially if you know that you're, contracting and working on a project in a region or district that, has a heavy population of retired folks. It's not something that you would necessarily tie to the South, but something that we can definitely see is moving towards being a prominent feature in the South Atlantic.
Great. And so what else did you find? What else are people craving in their home these days?
So the third thing is about home theaters, but not that people are buying home theaters, because home theaters have already, that took off during the pandemic. But rather now people, especially across the West Coast, are almost in an arms race in terms of improving and upgrading the home theaters that they've already purchased. So whether this be with stereos, turntables, what have you, they're really trying to improve these home theaters and increase that relaxation and that comfort.
Yeah, so just to look at, again, what you found in terms of the geographies, because if you're working in this space, if you're a home theater vendor, wow, really, really overrepresented in that Pacific region, right? They're hot.
Exactly. And another thing that's of interest is these systems need to be advertised to both sexes equally in a more unisex manner. Typically, a lot of times with these home improvements, renovations, and specifically tech upgrades, it's, people are stuck in their traditional ways in terms of marketing. It's really heavily marketed towards, men, making the improvements. But really, we see that men and women are talking about across the board these topics fairly evenly. So just really taking this in a more holistic, unisex approach in terms of the marketing, I think would yield far greater results.
Yeah, so this is what you're seeing here. It's actually women more engaged, not as a percentage of the population about equal, but you got to be advertising that to women. And look at the age groups just across the board from age 25 right up until 55, really. I mean, that prime group.
Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't be concerned about the age range under 25 being disengaged, because these systems are expensive, right? So you do need to have some sort of level of comfort in terms of your income in order to make a purchase like this. So I wouldn't be, nervous if I was a marketer and I saw the 25 and under, somewhat disengaged on this topic. It's a really good feeling that those more, mature audiences, those looking to, get into, their third, fourth, fifth rental, or maybe even buying their first house, are really sold in on the idea of not only home theaters, but having a nice one that's comforting.
Yeah, awesome. So Austin, we only had a chance to skim the surface here of your research. We do have many, many more insights and statistics on that. If people are interested in that, write to us, info@advancedsymbolics.com. Austin, anything I missed out that you really want to put out there?
What I would say is most important, it doesn't matter if you're a homeowner, a home seller, retailer, contractor, electrician, etc. There's so much beneath the surface that if you really open up your eyes and look what's representatively out there, the results will blow your mind. I definitely didn't expect to see the insights and the results that Polly yielded, but I'm happy I did. And I'm happy I didn't go down the rabbit hole of really trying to force, fitness onto the home improvement brands.
Awesome. Great job, Austin. Thanks very much for sharing your knowledge with us today. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for having me, Aaron.
Thank you for watching. If you like our podcast, please like us here and tell your friends. If you would like to be a guest on our program or bring your own market problems for Polly to solve, please send us an email at tuesday@askpolly.ai. See you next Tuesday.